Horst going to go ahead and say, yeah, I know that one you're talking about. Monty Nash, on the other hand, having a bit of a rough time here in KUMITE. Both these fighters on losing streaks, actually. Horst Düvers started off with a huge run in KUMITE, 5-1. Lost his last 2 fights in a row. Lost to Goran Hunsala in the quarterfinals of the KUMITE last year in October. He had a fight against Sergei Matryoshka, an absolute rip-roaring affair. Sergei will be in a fight later tonight against Eric Helheim. But Sergei got a huge win over Horst Düvers via TKO. Monty Nash riding a 3-fight losing streak in KUMITE.
And Monty Nash has not had a good run of it. I mean, ever since February of last year. 3 straight fights down. Not impressive against Barbara in the opening round.
No, not at all. Got knocked out just before the end of the first round in that fight. He had a fight against Takeo Kusatari back in November. It's the first time I've seen him since then. Again, the lack of wins. Oh, big stop by Horst Düvers. It takes him out immediately.
Yeah, Horst is hungry.
Nash.
Horst is hungry. He's trying to avenge those 2 losses.
Well, the caterer, I think, yeah, that's a big problem when you're a caterer. Is you would be if you'd be hungry when you're catering an event, that'd be a bit of an issue. You'd be snacking a bit, but he is hungry for blood and hungry for victories, and Nash is having a real big trouble getting out of this mounted position.
I don't foresee this one going long. I mean, Horst has been dominant since the opening bell. Nice punches and getting out, and he gave up the back in the mount. Beautifully done.
Amazing. Nash is being given so much room to actually complete the turnaround and the to roll from his back to his stomach and back to his back again. Düvers, I think, can even just, lower the hips a little bit more and really just travel. He's actually worked his way back to half guard. This is impressive by
But there's some side control.
A lot of blood, a big cut open over the right eye of Nash. It is just leaking like so many trees would leak maple syrup, like a sap they'd leak.
No, they leak maple syrup. I mean, I've been on a maple syrup farm before. You just go up to one of those trees and you stick in the tap, and then you pound on the tree about 7 or 8 times. You gotta squeeze it really hard to get the syrup out, though.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realize you can get maple syrup from a tree just by squeezing it and punching it.
You
That's
just
amazing.
gotta squeeze it really hard. You gotta wrap your arms around it and squeeze. I mean, back in the days up in northern Georgia,
you're basically wringing it out like it's a sweaty shit. It sounds like to me.
Exactly. I mean, once you get that pressure on and it gets going, that maple syrup comes pumping out and flowing, and just makes everyone really excited for pancakes.
This defies everything I understood about nature, at least in that category.
Well, I mean, Matt,
I guess I have so much to learn.
You didn't spend 2 years in the boonies in northern Georgia working on some fucking.
The Republic of Georgia or the state of the United States?
Well, I mean, there are sister promotions in both. I wrestled for both fucking promotions. But I spent most of my time in northern Georgia.
Now, please, I understand you didn't have a good time in all of your promotions. You don't need to editorialize.
Well, I mean, no, it was a fantastic time. I loved fucking all the time. I mean,
excuse me?
Fucking.
Oh my goodness, that's a fighting promotion. Okay, I kind of forgot.
We talked about it earlier tonight.
I'm sorry, when you hear someone saying that, you kind of, everything goes out the window and you're worried that most glorious and honorable Mr. Naga may not enjoy the profanity, but I understand you're talking about the organization.
Of course, I would.
Which, of course, remind everyone what it stood for.
Yes.
Oh, big kick to the face by Horst Düvers.
Horst
is fighting back. He ran right into a right hand.
Well, I mean, fucking was fighting underground combat kings in northern Georgia. I fought in the state one, but, we had sister shows up in northern Georgia, the country, which had a lot of great up-and-coming fighters.
Kutaisi.
Some beautiful times, some great times.
Oh, nice head kick attempt by Nash. Well, he's putting up a bit of a fight, especially after being dominated so early in the fight.
I mean, we would work in the land, cut down some trees, squeeze out some maple syrup, and then some fucking in the evening. It's beautiful times. I cherish those 2 years.
Sounds like a full day worth of work. And nice head kick. Horst Düvers taking a lot of damage. He's opting not to block that head kick. I don't think that's not a good strategy, but they are really going toe-to-toe. Credit to Monty Nash for this one. He's not He's not just giving up the fight like he did early on in the round. We're approaching 30 seconds to go in the first round.
He's got some heart, but he doesn't have much brains. He's taking a lot of shots to the head, but so is Horst in this.
So is Düvers. They're both bleeding on each other. They're in the clinch. You can see how tired they're getting. We might be going to the second round, the 5-minute round. Yes! Hyundai Sonata has to break apart the fighters. There will be a second 5-minute round.
And most honorable Chairman Naga will not be pleased at all with the end of that. A lot of stalling, a lot of hugging, a lot of grabbing.
A lot of fatigue, I think, it's really fatigue that we're seeing of these two fighters. I think they kind of shot their wad a little early.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the marathon. They have to pace themselves. They don't pace themselves. I mean, they could be out on the street tomorrow and win or lose if they're not willing to fight until the end.
That's very true. It's an absolute gamble you're making. You want to go in and get the quick finish, have a really strong showing. But if you go for it a little too hard and it doesn't work, then you're suddenly tired and there's still about 12 minutes to go in your fight.
I mean,
potentially.
Yeah, you just really got to go at it hard and strong, hard and fast. I mean, just like...
Is that something you learned in Georgia?
Of course it is. I mean, back in the days when I was fucking, you know, you just went hard and fast and strong. And you really went deep. You tried to sink those chokes in deep. You tried to lock in those arm bars deep.
Oh! Went off the bat! Oh, he caught him!
Oh.
I think the credit to the cornermen for strategy and for rejuvenating their fighter. Horst Düvers, in less than a minute, has defeated Monty Nash. He's back on the winning ways.
And he's howling.
And he's not just howling, Cal, he's actually making the sound of the umlau. He went, ooh!
Oh man, I can't wait to sample that and use it illegally.
And the big ooh, you see on the back of his trunks the umlau. He is the prince of the umlau, Horst Düvers. A nice knees right in the ear. Oh, no, that last one was just sickening. You could almost imagine the brain rattling inside the skull of Monty Nash the minute that was 20 seconds in.
I think he clearly recognized that he needed to come out big at the beginning of round 2, and he came out really big. Beautiful.
Credit to the corner, I think, of giving that strategy and putting a bit more fight. These two fighters were absolutely gassed. They were absolutely spent.